Oh, that's smooth.
You're born broke and you die broke. They're trying not to take the in-between part too seriously. It's Sully and Russ on the Big Biz Show.
That's right, Big Biz Show, bigbizshow.com. You can follow us on Twitter at Big Biz Radio, 70 million TV homes strong. 150 radio stations, 175 countries, and all the ships at sea. And there's the Emmy Award-winning Rusty Nails, ladies and gentlemen. How are you? Are you online somewhere?
Still on my iPhone. Texting.
Yeah, nice stuff.
About to arrive.
Okay, so how about if I introduce you to a guy who's advised over 400 CEOs and corporations in communications and media strategy? How about a guy that advises presidents and heads of state of foreign countries all over the world and advises and supports the United Nations? You like that?
I'd like to meet him.
Here's a picture of him right here. That's not him.
That looks like
That's
you,
not
Bob.
him.
You two
Here's
could
the
have been
picture of him.
separated at
Right
birth.
here. By the way, his name is Matt Bird. Matt Bird runs. He's the founder and CEO of 1-800-PR. 1-800-PR provides us with a number of guests. But there, he is advising an anchor there. There's another picture of him advising the president of Peru. Can we see that one too, please?
Looks like he's holding an imaginary basketball in that picture, but that's very.
He joins us now on the Big Biz Show. Matt, how are you, bud? Good to talk to you, pal.
I'm doing good, thanks, Sully. Hi, Russ.
Hey, what were you saying?
No, I'm going to say I should make you my publicist. I should switch.
Yes.
I don't think so. No, I mean, well, he gives us. I mean, we get a lot of great guests from him, and I thought, you should talk about this because you're a number of things. One of the things that you are is a communications strategist. You're a public relations professional, and you're also investor relations professional.
And third baseman for the St. Louis Cardinals. That's just weird. It's incredible.
He's a chubby left-hander out of left field. But honestly, that's kind of a big umbrella, Matt. Talk to us about corporate public relations because we never get to talk about this stuff.
Well, usually those CEOs and companies end up to me when they're having capital market issues.
Sure.
And most companies from like under $1 billion, I mean, they really face a couple big things, which is one, liquidity issues, and obviously everybody's always looking to try to raise more capital, raise shareholder value, all that fun stuff. Well, we think it falls under IR, but it really falls under PR, and it's just a function of communication.
So
let's
talk about the difference. I think a lot because, for example, with small cap companies and even Amex companies, people don't understand the difference between investor relations and public relations. Break that down for us.
All right. So here's a really basic example. If you're going to invest in a company under $1 billion in market cap versus over $1 billion, you're not going to invest in the revenues of the company. You're not going to invest for dividends. What you're investing is in companies that go from like $1 to $2, 100% return. So you're investing in speculation. So these companies fundamentally need to be focusing on communications versus, operating the business as normal because shareholder value doesn't come from the dividends because they don't have enough revenue. It comes from the idea that this company has become something bigger than it is. Yeah. And so that's where kind of, where I fall in and where my company's specialty is on the corp comp side. But, we've built a little bit of a niche. It's just a fundamental basics of whether the company can get out there and communicate their message through mainstream media outlets, which is what you guys do all day long. And it's, what you guys do is provide a really important platform for companies to be able to get out and communicate their message.
Well, we do because in our segment, small caps are people too. I think it's important because if you can have access to you can't have access to a NASDAQ CEO.
And the fun part is we make our guests feel so relaxed they actually swear on air.
What? That is true.
We have bleep more.
So Jorge Sanchez, our assistant director, and Bobby Ware, our producer, have to talk to every guest. Look, you're going to feel comfortable with those guys.
Yeah.
So comfortable that you'll probably want to drop an S-bomb. Don't do it. Matt Bird is the president and founder of 1-800 Public Relations, 1-800-PR, and there's his website up there, 1-800-publicrelations.com for their television audience. You can see that. Our radio audience, easy enough. I will tweet it out and I'll let you take a look at it. Yes, do Rusty?
Well, I'm just saying this all mixes in with, as you're saying, the advertising, the marketing, the branding, and having the right PR to kind of coordinate that.
It's true. He knows what he's doing because you are arguing between 2014 and 2015. Are you the biggest PR firm in the country or the fastest growing?
Yeah, I would say that we're the fastest growing as far as client-wise. I mean, we still have a long ways to go to catch up to Edelman, but we have a completely different model. We're transactional based. So we look at this as a support system. Companies reach out to us on an on-demand, a la carte basis, and we support them on like micro, PR and communication initiatives. But hey, Russ, listen, you said something a second ago that was really interesting. You said you don't find NASDAQ CEOs going on your show very often. The reason for that is because when you get to that level, there's more liability for those CEOs to get on, let's say, a Hannity or a Fox News.
Right.
That's why you don't find big board CEOs jumping on mainstream news networks, because if they say something wrong, it could the market cap could go the other direction.
But that's why they have guys like Matt Bird, who, by the way, if I'm reading, and I'm reading I'm reading an email actually here, and it says he's been listed number 3 on the top 10 most influential media and communications executives in the world. What, you couldn't get to number 2, slacker? What the hell?
Whose heels?
Who are you?
Whose heels are you nipping on?
Did you know this? Have I broken this news, or were you aware of this? Number 3.
I am aware of it, and it hasn't been publicly announced yet. But
well, we just did.
Imagine
that. We just did.
7 more people know it now.
So, well, congratulations! But that's the reason that you're doing what you're doing, because you have the wisdom to do that. And I think it's a very tough job, knowing that we are one of the few places that will interview a NASDAQ small cap company under $1 or a pink sheet company, because, and I'll tell you why we do.
I like them though; they're passionate.
Well, let me tell you why.
Without cue cards,
because
like
some
of
them don't look like small cap companies, and they run like big companies, but you have access to them, Matt. And how important is that?
Well, I have to give the credit to you, because the thing that they reach out for to us is to make sure they're in safe environments. It's easy to throw a CEO under the bus. It's easy to look at IBM and say, hey, what about that mess up that happened regarding that R&D thing, versus looking at all the things that they accomplished. And the cool thing that you guys do is you bring up the best in these CEOs, and you really focus on the accomplishments and the things they've achieved, so your listeners can understand that these guys are people, and we can learn from their achievements and how they got there. Today's celebrities aren't the basketball players and football ball players today. It's like the tech guys behind the scenes. Yeah. It's the CEOs. It's the Zuckerbergs. And we want to know how they work. How did they get to where they're at? And you guys bring that out of these CEOs. And
I think that's the secret sauce. I think you're absolutely right. I think that being able to pull the covers back.
Yep.
Sometimes.
And by the way, thank you for recording our promo for the next year.
Right,
Appreciate that.
Matt Bird, by the way, he is the president and founder of 1-800 Public Relations. Matt, thanks so much. I want to make him a regular, because he can talk about small cap. Matt, you're stuck now, pal. You're coming in with us, and appreciate that all the way from New York. Yeah, I like that. I hope we can get him in the studio. Look, he's got pictures of him and freaking Geraldo Rivera and the president of Peru. And
Geraldo.
Yeah, there's Amelia Antonetti. She's been in our show.